Hello everybody and welcome to this video about the time variable profile, a new market profile created by Peter Steidlmeyer that's going to be available in the next release of the Pro Suite Gold product, November 15, 2019. I hope that you have watched the previous video on Peter Steidlmeyer uh, presentation about the new time variable profiles because it is very well explained how to he uses his new profile and all the basic understanding about how these profiles are created and stuff like that. I really encourage you to watch this video first before looking at this video. This video here is about this new indicator being part of Pro Suite Gold. I'm gonna talk a little bit about how I use it at the end of the video, but it will be much more explained in future video when we're going to be looking at specific market examples on a very consistent basis every week or at least every one every 2 weeks. We're going to have a video about how to use all the strategies, the trading tactics that we have been developing throughout this video series. Today, so I want just to spend time here on this new indicator on the Pro Suite Gold, just to go through the different options that is available to you, and this new workspace here that I have created that will be also available to you when you download the upgrade. You still have the old workspace that you're used to, with the flow analyzer and stuff like that. This is a new workspace that is based on the time variable profiles. We still have the classical market profile on the left, but we do not have the flow analyzer. We have changed that for uh, charts about the time variable profiles on different time frames. It doesn't mean that you cannot change that workspace. This is a default workspace. You can add the flow analyzer if you wish to that workspace. It's totally up to you. So what you see in that workspace now on the really top left, we still have the classical market profile where we still look at the market the same way that have been described in previous videos of this video series. And on the middle, we have a 30-minute profile, a time variable profile chart. On the top right, we have a 5-minute time variable profile chart, and on the bottom right, we have exactly the same chart as in the middle, the 30-minute time variable profile, but I just squeezed the chart to see more profiles, to be able to locate the different price control levels based on the time spent at the POC. All right, here I think that I'll just enlarge, this middle one here, so we are gonna see better the profiles. So here you can see that we have different color. Let me talk about the color first. These are pretty easy to understand. When the profile is green, it means okay. Before going to the colors, I think it's going to be uh, best to talk about the setup options that you have within the indicator, so you're going to better understand the color after that. First of all, these time variable profiles are being applied to a 24 hours market. There's no session with that indicator. So if I right click on the chart and go to the data series here, you're going to see that it is being applied trading hours default 24/7. You can also use the 24/5. So 24/7, 24/5. You can use either of these ones because they incorporate all the data, the overnight and these there are no session anymore. You know, it's a 24 hours market that is never closing, right? Um, and I load 300 bars by default. So this is a 24 hours market, and the way that the profiles are being created, and if you have watched the previous video on Peter Steidlmeyer presentation, you know how it is being done. But here I'm going to right click, I'm going to choose the indicator setting, and we have two settings here, the minimum bars and the breakout bars, which will define the creation of new profiles. The minimum bars by default is set to 12, and it just means that you cannot create a profile. You cannot have a profile, sorry, that has less than 12 bars. It has to have at least 12 bars. And breakout bars is the number of bar that we use as a breakout to create a new profile. By default, it is set to 9. Just means that after we have a minimum of 12 bars in a profile, we look at the previous 9 bars, high and low, to create a new profile on the breakout of these levels on the up or on the downside. These are parameters that are being used by Peter Steidlmeyer, and I'm using exactly the same. They are good, but you can change these parameters if you wish. So now let's talk about the color. The green color just means that um, we have had a breakout on the upside for that particular profile, and the blue, I'm going to just getting bigger, yeah. The blue color represent the breakout level. So here we know that we had a breakout on the upside that happened at this level, which created this green profile. Red is a breakout on the downside, and it happened here. You see the blue letters here. It happened on the downside there. Now we have magenta color. So this is the third color that you may see on profiles, and these are related to high volume bars. So the way that we define high volume bars is if you go to your property grid and you go under the profiles tab, you're going to see the volume concentration indicator category here right at the bottom. So this is here that you set the parameters for high volume bars. You can show or not show this volume concentration indicator with this checkbox there. The sample, meaning the number of bars that I want to analyze. So I'm loading 300 bars usually by default. So I want to look at the last 300 bar, and the bars to color are just the number of bar with the highest volume. So by default, it is set to 20. So in short, what does that mean is that show me the highest 20 bars of the last 300 bars on the chart. And that is what is the magenta color is all about. And again, I'm referring to the previous video on Peter presentation. He is explaining very well this concept. Um, Other than that, here we have these numbers, which are the POC, the time span at the POC, which is very important because the analysis that we are using with these time variable profiles, are mainly being based on time span of the POC and breakout of it. Now let's go very quickly here because you may have a pretty good idea what all these buttons here are all about. You're gonna have the properties grid where you could set the color, the style, and stuff like that. We still have here the stat window, which are stats about particular profiles when you scroll with your mouse. Um, Again, here uh, you you can display value area and stuff like that, VA lines, VA label, but the way that we are really using these profiles and the concept behind those time variable profiles has not a lot to do with value area stuff. So by default, they are not, but you can choose to paint the VA or put the VA line and stuff like that. This is the stuff you can do here on when you split profiles, and this is the same principle as for the classical market profile. You right click on the profile and you have, this is not the same, exactly the same thing that you can do with the classical market profile. You can do less, but you're all doing the same um, very important stuff of splitting and merging profiles together. This is how you do it. Here you can, uh, let's split this at full split level and undo here to undo. Um, okay, by default, we are only showing the migration POC. Again, because with this kind of analysis that we're using with the time variable profiles, this is the thing that is the most important, and the rest here, the halfback and stuff like that, is not that very important. Here, the puck size plus and minus. This is refer here to the font size for these time span of the POC numbers. Um, Obviously, when your chart is not, you change the scaling of the chart. Sometimes they are not big enough or they are too small. This is how you just put a larger font or a smaller font here. Um, I'm gonna skip the volume strip there for the moment because I will be talking about that in a few seconds. So here you can show or not show the volume strip or reset the volume strip, and here the column width is related to the volume strip again. So I'll come back a little bit later on that. Um, oh yeah, one thing that I want to mention also is these magenta solid line here. It happens when the current profile, the developing profile, if you wish, has at least 12 bars, and now we're ready to break out to create a new one. So these are the breakout lines that you are seeing on the downside and on the upside. So in a sense, these are the last 9 bars high and low. So a breakout of these levels will create a new profile. Now I think I can go right now to the volume strip. Um, Unfortunately, we're not seeing it because it happened this way on the close of the market on Friday. But here you're gonna have a ladder right besides the current profile, and it will be showing the volume strip. What is that? Is the You're gonna have a ladder that is going to show you the price that is being traded at each the volume traded at each price. Sorry, and this is another setting that you can set from the property grid. Um, but you're gonna set a price control level in terms of volume that you wish. For the yes, for example, the default number is 5,000. For the crude oil is 1,500. So and you can change that as you wish if you want to have a faster or a slower volume strip. But uh, what it means is that let's take the example here of the crude oil. The price control volume level is set at 1,500. So as soon as we got 1,500 volume traded at a price, we're going to show a high and a low band, which is also defined by you through the property grid, the number of ticks on each side of the highest volume node, so that we're going to have a breakout either way. So if we have a breakout, for example, of that big volume on the upside, so the volume strip will be considered as uh, being on the upside, and the market is in a price discovery on the upside until we get a 1,500, at least a 1,500 volume at price, and it will start another volume strip after that. So it's not that complicated. Unfortunately, we're not seeing here uh, as it closed here on Friday. But we have also access to the historical volume strip, and this is what I'm going to show you right now, as we are not seeing here the current strip. Uh, so just to be clear here, what you're going to see live here is always the last strip only. And if you want to access the historical, you just have to right click on your chart and you choose the view historical volume strip right here at the bottom, the last one on from the contextual menu. And when you go there, you see all the volume strip for the market. And obviously, when the numbers are red, it means that now the volume strip was down, and on green it was up. Um, so, but again, I do not want to give you here a clear explanation on how to use it in trading. You know that's too much, I think, for this video. Like I said, we're gonna have plenty of future videos about market examples, and don't worry, we're gonna go through these volume strip stuff. So I came back here to the time variable profile. So that's about it, I think, for the indicator itself. Um, like I said here, I'm using also a shorter term chart, to trigger trades sometimes. And I'm also using the classical market profile. I'm using exactly all the stuff that we've seen up to now. I'm using that, but I'm just adding here this time variable profiles part to the mix, and they are mixed together to finally come up to a trade decision. Um, One thing I could say though about these time variable profiles is that, and again, I'm unfortunately, if you do not have watched the video on Peter presentation, uh, it is well explained how he use it. Here we had price control at 15 bar period at that time, which is quite high, and we had a breakout there, uh, and we had 977. So according to the way that Peter is trading, he would have bought here, and it would still be along on that trade. Here, this is a shorter term view, like I said, and these are extremely helpful um, indications for fast trader. Uh, and if you are a fast trader and you like to really trade small part of the market during the day, it is extremely helpful when it's time to enter trade. What I can say though in this video about this time variable profiles is that the most important time where I focus on this chart is when the market is ready to break, like in this example here, when we're going to have a breakout one way or the other. you know it could be continuation or it could be a reversal, but these levels are key point for me, and I'm always combining the stuff with the classical market profile. And let me show you an example of a trade from Friday very quickly here. If you remember all the stuff we talked about in Jim Talton teaching here, the market was going up in A, B, C, and D period. Okay, the tempo, the momentum is really up. What happened right here is that we had bar value. So the market came from bullish to balance. So an excellent trade is a trade at the VA, developing VA low in that example here on Friday on crude oil. Look at this just beautiful trade. And when you trade like that, after that, you look here at the time variables, and the take profit came almost not before here, this 11 print at that level of 56.19. Obviously, here we could have taken that we had a breakout here, and it happened to be exactly the same profile here on the classical and the time variable profile, but it is not always like that. I'm going to tell you, I would say that it's rare that it happens this way, but it happened this way on Friday. So you see exactly the same profile, and we had a profile right at the open, a breakout of the last time variable profile right at the open on Friday, which could have been bought here based on the short term. Uh, sorry, I've got something in my throat. Shorter term chart here on Friday. I'm gonna show it to you. Okay, we're gonna display the full split there. So this is really the open that happened on Friday, and so it was a breaking out of that 9 time span profile time span uh, at the POC here profile on the left, and we had a breakout there, so we had a good trade opportunity around the POC here on. But I do not want to go specifically here on trading strategies um, for the time variable profiles here. Like I said, it's an excellent complement of the classical market profile, and it is an objective way, to look at the market, which is pretty good. We really need that because the market is so cruel these days, and looking at the tick movement of this market is completely crazy. You have to have an objective way of looking at markets to be able to take good trades with small risk. Again, sorry for my throat. Um, so I think that I really covered everything here about the new time variable profile, which will be part of the release on November 15th. And I would like really to encourage you to watch the previous video on Peter Steidlmeyer, as I have seen that many of you have not watched this video. Um, I'm sure you're gonna just like it. Um, and if you have questions, I would really encourage you, to send me your questions if you do not understand something about the time variable profile that I have been explaining today. Don't hesitate to send me a message. Now with the customer portal, we have forums, we have a lot of ways that you can communicate with me and together. And so I will be more than pleased, to help you out on stuff that you do not understand about this new indicator. And I think that's about it. So the two most important stuff that I'm looking at the time variable profile to summarize the thing here is really at breakout times and the time span as each POC here, which will help me tremendously manage my trades. And it has to be used in conjunction with this classical market profile there, because the trade of the day here on Friday happens to be on the classical market profile there. It was not necessarily coming from the time variable profiles. Time variable profiles would have given us here a good trade at the open. Um, Now you could have kept the trade here, because if I go back here to the 5-minute chart here, this is here and the profile that we opened there. So if you are a fast trader, here we spend 12 time at this POC here, so you could have taken a small profit there, but it was a profit anyway. And as you are a fast trader, that's a good trade. But now, when the next trade came, the big one here, it was not necessarily coming from this uh, time variable profile chart, but more from the classical market. So that's about it for this. Okay, maybe just one last time. If I go to the view historical volume strip, and I'm gonna get let's see, let's say something like that. Here, the volume, the buttons relating to the volume strip here, the column with plus and minus, it's just to you know uh, get wider or smaller column just for displaying purposes, so you can very quickly adjust here uh, the column to see the number uh, in a better way. So that's about it for this video about the new time variable profile. I hope that it's going to help, and see you next time, guy. This is probably I may have maybe one video um, from time to time in this trading tactics video series. But that's about it for the time being. Now we're gonna, in the next videos that I'm gonna produce, it's going to be on the trading examples that we may apply all that we have learned from the classical market profile. I'm gonna use time variable profiles with that. We're going to mix them. We're going to look at good trade entries that we can see on the real market examples. That's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be part of the new video series. So thank you very much, and see you next time.